What's going on, guys? It's Sean. I'm the managing director here at CinemaBlend, and thank you for joining me on my wild expedition to get through all of the episodes of Game of Thrones before Season 8 arrives on HBO. We are up to Season 1, Episode 3. I'm going to be watching the episode, reacting to it throughout, and then giving you some insight into what I thought about what happened. I have never been through Game of Thrones before. I'm a first-timer. This is my first watch, and I figured it would be kind of fun if I let you guys play along with me. I am up to Season 1, Episode 3. It is called Lord Snow. Before we begin, do me a favor, go down, hit the subscribe button. You're going to want to keep up with me as I do this. So, Season 1, Episode 3. I've been told that eventually I'm going to love this intro title sequence. And I mean, it's cool. I dig it. It is a necessary refresher. I understand that much. Winterfell, of course, very important. Old Bran just woke up. That's what I'm excited about. I want to see if he's going to tell about incest. Incest seems like a pretty big deal on this show. Is there more incest? It's going to be a lot of incest. It's not a question you get to ask about a lot of shows. How much incest is there? I do love Jon Snow, so I hope this episode is primarily focused on him, because he's the most interesting to me so far. Not the Dothrakis. Not yet, anyway. Although I do love me some Aquaman. Okay, cool. Here we go. Episode 3. Ned arriving at King's Landing, where I imagine stuff's gonna go down. Ooh! Alright. I believe first look at the Iron Throne.
How many king's asses have polished it, I wonder? And what's the line? The king shits and the hand wipes.
Chosen your opponents wisely, then.
I have a knack for it.
That's some foreshadowing. These two are going to
Must be
fight.
strange for you. 500 men, and this room was silent as a crypt. Except for the screams, of course.
Ooh.
And the Mad King laughing.
Ned Stark's total badass.
You are the king's hand, Lord Stark. We serve at your pleasure.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
The Starks are enemies.
Everyone who isn't us is an enemy.
I can't imagine him as a king in the least
Enough of that, young
bit.
lady. Eat your food.
What's happening here?
I would rather act like a beast than a lady.
I love her for that reason. She's one of my favorites early on. Why does Ned have a Mockingjay pin?
War is easier than daughters.
I dig the humor in this show. That sword is significant. I can't wait till she finally uses it.
Go on. It's yours.
Train, girl. Train.
I can keep it.
Try not to stab your sister with it.
Oh, please don't let that be foreshadowing. Who will she stab with that? God, I need that answer.
I know a story about a crow. I hate your stories.
I know a story about a boy who hated stories. Thousands of years ago, there came a night that lasted a generation, and women smothered their babies rather than see them starve. So is this the sort of story that you like?
She's delightful.
In that darkness, the White Walkers came for the first time.
You still don't remember anything?
It's true, isn't it? What Maester Lewin says about my legs.
Oh no. Amnesia?
Valyrian steel.
Do you know whose dagger this is?
Something you don't know that I do.
I lost this dagger.
To whom?
Tyrion Lannister. The imp.
Fred, show him what you found. Next!
Jon Snow, pretty good at this.
Go clean yourselves up. There's only so much I can stomach in a day.
A raven from Winterfell this morning.
This seems like a double cross.
I thought that she'd be safest in here. One of several such establishments I own.
Ned!
I don't trust that guy. He's not an ally.
You've got an interesting face.
I think they would look marvelous decorating spikes in King's Landing. Perhaps I'll write to my sister, the Queen, about it.
And I are the only people left in this world.
Yeah. You two are gross. You're twins, for God's sakes. Oh, I love these two. A show's full of liars and backstabbers, and they're the only ones that are actually in love. Something better not happen to Lady Stark. If that's the last time those two see each other, I'm going to be really pissed off at this show.
You remember your first? Stood over him, hammer in the air. Right before I brought it down, he shouted, "Wait! Wait!"
Ooh, chilling.
What about Aerys Targaryen? What did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back?
He said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all.
Ooh. Jaime finally takes the upper hand. He strikes me as a coward, though. Hey, Momoa! Finally, some Dothraki. Let's go.
I don't take orders from savages or their sluts. Do you hear me?
Good, finally. Hate this guy.
Kill these Dothraki dogs!
Nope.
Shall we return to the Khalisar, Khaleesi?
Awesome. Walk. Peasant. Look at that acting. Jon Snow's in trouble here at the Wall. If his biggest ally here is Tyrion Lannister, that's not the best ally in the world to have. The Wall looks awesome. There's going to be a huge battle at this wall eventually, I can tell. Some Lord of the Rings style battle, and I can't wait to see it. Is Jon Snow going to be on the wall when it happens? Is he here for most of the show? Probably this season. Good. An ally. Protect Jon Snow at all costs.
We'll speak when I return.
That usually means that you will not return.
When you're 100 miles north of the wall and you ate your last meal a week ago, you leave nothing for the wolves.
And how do a bear's balls taste?
Bit chewy.
Half the boys you've seen training will die north of the wall. So plump little lords like you can enjoy their summer afternoons in peace and comfort.
I have great admiration for the Night's Watch. I have great admiration for you as First Ranger.
You know, my brother once told me that nothing someone says before the word but really counts.
That's great.
But
But
I don't believe that giants and ghouls and White Walkers are lurking beyond the wall.
I wonder if he's going to change. If he'll become heroic.
At Jaka, you change Khaleesi.
Oh no.
Me ashasava vesufun. The Khaleesi have baby inside her. It is true. She does not want to eat horse.
Find her a duck. Hunt her
I need
a
to
rabbit.
ride to Quahog.
You dang Khaleesi, you get her a rabbit.
How many winters have you seen, Lord Tyrion?
None.
8. No. 9.
No respect at all.
You are late, boy. Tomorrow you will catch it. Now pick it up.
Catch it. Nice. Very dead. Okay, there we go. Season 1, Episode 3. Game of Thrones, titled Lord Snow, and boy did we learn a lot. So why don't we talk about some of the things that we went over. Winter is coming is this phrase that just keeps getting repeated over and over again in this show, and I'm starting to find out that it actually means like a long period of winter that kills multiple people, especially the guys at the wall who are protecting the realms from what's coming on the other side of the wall. And we learned in this episode that the wall is brutally understaffed, and that the people who are there as protectors quite often got banished there because of horrible things that they did, and that Jon Snow, who's finally arrived at the wall, is much better trained than any of the people that are there. I like Tyrion and Jon Snow's relationship, even though, like with most people in this episode in this show so far, I don't trust anyone as far as you can necessarily throw them. The line between the Lannisters and the Starks is growing so much deeper. I wasn't even quite sure over the first 2 episodes which family to trust, but it's becoming more and more clear that the Lannisters are pretty sinister and that the Starks truly are pure and are trying to find out just how sinister and corrupt the Lannisters really are. So I'm fully in now on Ned Stark, and I'm thankful that King Robert, when we got to spend some time with him, he truly hates the Lannisters. Although I assume that there's, they've got enough corrupt backing that should some stuff be brought to their doorstep, that they're going to be able to figure some way out of it, because everybody at King's Landing, once Ned arrives there, is deeply involved in corrupt politics from what I can tell. Peter. We met Peter, who says that he's an ally to the Starks, a true friend, they call him, and a little brother of sorts to Lady Stark. I don't trust him. Not even a little bit. I think because he's at King's Landing, I'm kind of just assuming anyone at King's Landing is looking out for themselves, selfishly. And then, of course, we get to Khaleesi. And Khaleesi's having a baby boy, which is great, but probably is going to create a lot of headaches and wrinkles and difficulties for the Dothraki. And I like the fact that the Dothraki, they're starting to accept her as the Khaleesi, and she is growing into the role. She's showing that she's comfortable with the power that comes with it. So the question becomes, are they eventually ever going to cross the body of water that separates them from the mainland and get into the fight against the Starks and the Lannisters? And I'm sure that that's eventually coming. Oh, Arya and her sword training, of course, too. All of the foreshadowing that comes with her learning how to wield that blade that she was given by Jon Snow. I like the way that at the end with her training, how her father was looking over her, kind of realizing, oh, she really is this warrior. The winter is coming. The White Walkers and all of the creatures that are to the north of the wall seem to be getting closer. The reports of the attacks are growing. I assume that's going to be pretty significant. I know it's building to, or it feels like it's building to, a battle at the wall. But we'll figure it out, because I'm going to go into Season 1, Episode 4 in our next video. And I hope that you're enjoying these reactions as they happen. So, do me a favor, go down, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications from CinemaBlend. You'll learn about the next episode that we post as I learn more about Game of Thrones, and you can follow along with me here at CinemaBlend.